Good evening, all. Good evening. Very welcome to our Sunday special, which is a bit special. We've got a couple of new dies. I did say there was going to be only one, and then I realised that actually I got another one that would go with it beautifully. So, two little special things for you to see today. But most of all, I just hope that you're all safe and well, because I know we have many of our group that are up in Scotland, and I know parts of that are really, really awful at the moment. Plus, friends down in Cornwall and that have suffered with this awful storm. It's not too bad here today. It's very windy, but it's always windy here, so that doesn't seem to make a lot of difference to us. So grab a cup of tea or finish your dinner or whatever it is that you're doing and come and join me for a little bit of indulgence from my point of view, but hopefully something that you'll quite like as well. First of all, though, I would just like to say, particularly thinking of a couple of our group here just at the moment, and that is our lovely June, sending lots of love, June, and also Sandra, who I see has just crept in here. So hello, Sandra, to you as well. So the things I'm going to bring with us today are the new Heartstrings die set and the new Happy Anniversary. I'm teaming it with a couple of things, which is the script embossing folder, which I've had for a long, long time, but I thought I would do it. It looks really nice with it. And also some of the diamond sparkle gemstones. Now I've got some new colours in for that. Let me grab those whilst I think about it to show you, because they're really quite nice. They're the sort of selection. So you've got the pink ones, which are called Pretty Pinks. Now these are the gemstones, not the pearls, which I was using last week, and I realized that they did a little bit more of a sparkle, so I thought I'd go for that. So Pretty Pinks, so there's 3 different shades of the pink, and then you've got the precious purples, which are really lovely as well, and then also the beautiful blues, which I think go together very well. So I've popped them up on the website there for you, should you be interested in such a beautiful little thing. However, let's kick off with showing you the new die sets. So first of all, we've got this one, which is the Happy Anniversary. So it's a set of 2. You've got the surround, the shadow, which I like to use, and you've got the Happy Anniversary. The Happy Anniversary cuts out in one die, but is actually 2 separate words. That way, apart from obviously the shadow would be different, you can make it then, you can place it in different places over your craft work, but it will also fit within that little area too. So that's your Happy Anniversary. And then we've got this little beauty. Now there's actually 20 dies in this set, so it is really lovely. And let me show you, I've kept it so that the dies are actually joined, but you may wish to break them apart. So you've got basically, I'll show you how it goes in a second, 2 sets of flowers. One set is the largest set, and that goes more or less at the bottom, and then you've got that corresponding one at the top in the slightly smaller set. So that's your 2 sets of flowers that go with the beautiful heartstrings. So this is one die, but when it cuts out, it looks like it's a string of hearts, which I think is really, really lovely. Now, I have made one card already, but I'm going to do a Happy Anniversary card for you first, and I will show you the other card later on. But it does give a versatility. Obviously, Happy Valentine's coming up, but anniversary, just a heart. Embellished with loads of flowers is a happy birthday, is a with love, is a thinking of you, is a with sympathy, is all sorts really. And I think it's nice to have one that's a little bit different with all of the hearts there. So there are our 2 new die sets. And I will just pop in and show you the embossing folder so that you know all of what we're talking about. And this is the script embossing folder. So it's random words, it doesn't say anything, but it's just a nice background die, which is what I like about this sort of thing. So without further ado, let us assemble some things, because in actual fact I've cut out most of it and a little bit of assembly is required. So first of all, if I grab my set here, now I seem to be in a mauve mood. I looked at my last few cards that I've done and I thought, gosh, they're all purple and mauves, but hey, I'll try and change it for next time round. And my other card that I'm going to show you is gold and cream, actually. So I did do another colour. So I've gone with royal plum for my background. I've gone with soft lavender for my second layer. And then I've gone for just linen white card for my third layer. So 3 layers for this one. I'm going to pop them straight down first, or pop the first 2 straight down. So this is the royal plum going on first. And now this is a 7 by 7 card blank, because I'm actually going to put 2 of the hearts onto this one. And I've cut that piece to 16.5 centimetres by 16.5 centimetres. Then I've gone with my soft plum, and this is cut down to 16 centimetres by 16 centimetres. And then I've cut my white piece of card to 15 by 15, so a little bit more of a gap there. But I'm going to pop that to one side, pop that over there, and I'm going to take my embossing folder and pop that, my white piece of card, into there. So as I said, it was 15 by 15, and I'm going to run that through my embossing crash bang wallop. I'm going to run that through first and foremost. So talk amongst yourselves. I hope nobody's snowed in. I dare say if you're snowed in, oh yeah, good idea, wedding card. If you're snowed in, you won't be able to be seeing me probably. I should think in terms of getting internet and that are pretty remote as well, aren't they? I'm not quite sure that you can see that very well, but you can just about make it out. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to grab myself a well-used, hasn't been actually re-inked for I don't know how long, at least 3 months, so dry basically. And I'm just going to go over a little bit to just bring out some of that colour. So not very much, just a little bit, so that we can just see it just a little bit more. It's more defined in the real life, but I think that looks quite nice. And I'm going to bring that in here. Oh, I see you're chatting amongst yourselves. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. Di's already answered. Thanks, Di. Sandra says, are you going to get any more of the random birthday? Yeah, I've got a big delivery coming in, and it includes the random birthday, and that is coming in on Friday. So that will be good. So let's pop that onto there. Now, I'm then going to pop that to one side and show you what I've been doing here in terms of what I've cut out for my embellishments. So these are my hearts. Now, I've decided to go with the waist of the hearts as well. Okay, so I've cut 2 of them out, and I've cut them out from the royal plum. And then I've cut 2 of them. So I've obviously got 2 spare hearts. I've cut the other 2 out from the soft lavender, but I've only kept the waist. Then, before I do anything more, I'm going to put them back into my embossing folder. Now, the words on the embossing folder are actually there's a right way round, if you see what I mean. So I want to make sure that I've got that the right way round. And I'm going, whoops, fallen out. Oh, pop that into there. Sorry, I'm deliberating. And put my folder carefully into there and then run that through. I think it would be quite nice to use the same die there on these ones. I think it would work quite well. And then you can see from here that I've already pre-cut a happy anniversary, cut that out in white, and I've used the royal plum for the background. And then I've got a selection of the flowers and I've kept them separate. So I've got two lots of one lot in the royal plum and one lot in the soft lavender, and the same on the smaller ones as well. So let's bring in these. So we've got those, and then I'm going to take my rubbing cloth here and I'm just going to rub the top of this off. So what it actually does is, you can't really do that on very many cards, but because it's got a white core, you can see that writing there. And I'm going to do the same. As I said, it doesn't actually say anything, or nothing that you can make out. And then I'm going to grab one of my polishing cloths and then just polish off that dust that we don't want on there. Okay, so then when I bring back in my card, I'm going to put these so that they are sort of back. What I'll do is I'll stick first of all my hearts on my heartstrings, and then I shall mix and match with popping that in. So that's how I'm going to do it. So let's put the hearts on first. So I'm going to put one heart down first. Use my little bit of tape there and my little brush. So pop a little bit of glue onto here so that I can use that to put some of the glue on. You can just do this in places, to be honest, if you wanted to. You don't have to stick this one all round, but I thought I would. So I'm going to put that to one angle over on this bit here. And that looks quite good on that bit. And then I'm going to use my heart there to fill that in, because I don't want to cross the hearts over. And then that simply fits into the waist there. So it gives that lovely little heartstring effect, I think. And then I can put my other heartstring over here, which I think again would look very nice. Add some glue here and then just pop that into place on there. You can just put the glue on the widest parts if you wanted to, but using one of your meat basters, good old meat baster, it seems to work quite well too. I'm just going to stick that into place. Just need to hold on to that for a second. Yes, engagement, wedding, all sorts. We like all sorts, don't we? Pop our heart into the centre here of this one. So we've crossed those over and then just pop that back into the waist. Okay, so we've got our two hearts as one with our anniversary. So bringing in the flowers, I'm going to grab my little piece there for my flower to go on to, and I'm just going to take some of the smaller ones and just pop them onto here so that I can just give them a little bit of a move. I know Di is watching. You can see, Di, that I haven't got what I was possibly going to have because, no, not very successful, I'm afraid. She'll know what I'm talking about and the rest of the world won't, but yeah. So I'm just making some of the smaller ones into the little, need to do those there. Done. Need to be able to pick them up with my blooming fingernails. It's all very well, but I can't pick them up. And just push that into there. So some of these, I'm going to use some of my little tiny pads here. And use the circles on the back of the big ones. And I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put them down here. So there's one main one, and then there's lots of little ones, and I can sort of overlap those, and then I can do much the same, except I'm going to glue more or less the rest of them from here. So let's put that in here. Whoops. And into there. I'm obviously going to put lots of my foliage, which I've not done as green. I've just done it as it comes. And then I'm going to do the top flowers. I'll put these up here, I think. So these are a slightly smaller version. But it's nice just to have the different ones, and ones you don't even have to think about then. Let's do that one as well. Oops. Let's put them into place. And then I'm just going to add some of my other tool, just to add some of my greenery. Greenery. Well, it is greenery, except it's not, is it? It's actually coloured. So I can pop that underneath. I like to put, when I put this on, I like to put glue onto the bottom bit as well, so that onto the top and the bottom, so that if there's leaves that are underneath it, flowers rather, that are on top of it, leaf underneath, it will all stick. So it sort of seems to fit in quite well. Excuse, I hope you can't hear my husband crashing and banging around. Told him to keep the door shut, and what does he do? Open the door. Shows he's doing something there, doesn't it? It did look positive, Di, but it's just not got the strength. Not got the strength at all. I thought when I first got it, I thought, oh, this is going to be good. And then when I went to try and just pick up an ordinary bit of paper, didn't want to know, which is a shame. I was getting very excited. We had a brilliant workshop yesterday in Selsey, which is where I am, and it's always such a nice group of people that come there. Well, to any workshops, isn't it? But it's nice to see familiar faces and always have a good laugh as well as a good day out. So I think I'll stop there. I'm going to just pop my sentiments together. So let's just put a bit more glue onto here. So that's my base of my sentiment. And that's the bit at the bottom, the anniversary bit. So I'm just going to hold it in place if I can, like that. And then pop that. You can see where it should go because you've got the, as I said, the shadow at the back there, the outline there. So that's your anniversary. And then turn this one over to put in the happy. So let's just put that one in there. So press that down. Now I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the back there, I think. So I shall chop a bit of this one off. And add that to there. So that's one of the 10mm by 150. So it gives that nice little finish. Get these out of the way. I'm going to pop my anniversary. Oh, I can't decide where to put it. I think down there. Down there. And then I shall grab my pearl, sorry, not pearl, my gemstones, my sparkle gemstones, and just put a couple into the flower pieces. Actually, that's a bit of a fib, because what I wanted to do first is put the centres in there. So I've put the two centres into there, and then on top of that, I'm going to put the gemstones. So there. Trying to, let's see if the tweezers would be. I'm not very good with tweezers. I'm really not very good with tweezers. Oh dear. Oh, I haven't got another pair of hands. Where do we put that one into there? And then a darker one into there, into that one. And then a couple of the little ones, little darker one into there. And a lighter one over to that side. If I could pick it up, it would be brilliant. Oh, and I did. And then, sorry, I'm getting carried away now. Into the little ones down here as well. But you can carry on or stop wherever you want, really. I just think it looks Nice to have those little jewels in. Oh, I need some up there too, don't we? Little one here. Getting frustrated now. Why can't it be invented? Oh, a proper tool that picks up everything without a second thought. That's what I need. Something that works well every single time. If you find one of those. Oh. And there we go. There is your happy anniversary in purples. But hey, that's because I love purples. Equally lovely if you were to do it in reds for Valentine's. And if I bring this one in, maybe even if you were to do something simple. So these were the two for the happy anniversary, but this one is on a 7x7 card again, and I've embossed with the same embossing folder. I've embossed this layer, and I've just simply cut out the string of hearts or heartstrings, and I've cut all of the flowers out in the same gold and just popped them in the side there. I've used an old with love, so that is another one that's going to be coming back soon actually, but that's one of my sentiments there as well. So there you go, the choice is yours. Two completely different sorts. So this one really for the anniversary, and this one more for anniversary as well maybe, but with the gold, so golden anniversary maybe, so a bit different. So let me take away this so you don't get to see that, and don't know why that crept in as well. Now I will be back with you on Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock, and bringing you some refreshing ones, refreshing in terms of old designs, old dies that you've already bought, and giving them a new lease of life. So we'll be doing that. It would be great if we could have some thumbs up, please. And don't forget, do subscribe if you haven't already to the Maximum Crafts YouTube video people here, because then when you won't miss anything with the new things coming up. New designs will be next Sunday. So yeah, and as I said, restock and all the pre-order things are all coming through on Thursday, Friday this week as well. So thank you once again. Keep safe, keep warm to everybody, and thank you so much for joining me. Have a really good week, and I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye.